Thank you for watching another episode of the Boat Geeks. If you are liking what you're finding here at our channel, please hit the thumbs up below.
And please like and subscribe so you don't miss a future episode.
Absolutely. And you can comment too. Feel free to comment.
Yeah, we love to hear what you think.
Thank you. Welcome to another episode of the Boat Geeks. I'm your host. Oh, no, I'm going to start again. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
See, we mess up all the time.
Should we open it up for them?
Maybe.
Yeah, right?
Welcome to another episode of Boat Geeks.
You're both named Darren? What? All right.
I'm Darren.
I'm Darren.
Someday we're going to do
We
that.
had a show with a Darren.
We had three Darrens.
That's awesome.
It was a trifecta.
It was the 3D show.
Yeah, the 3D show. All right, here we go.
From the Port of Bremerton and recorded at the Northwest Marina and Boatyard Conference, it's the Boat Geeks with Darren and Daeron.
We're the Boat Geeks, whatever floats your boat. We're the Boat Geeks.
Welcome to another episode of the Boat Geeks. I am your host, Darren.
And I'm your other host, Darren, and we are at the Marina and Boatyard Conference in Bremerton, hosted by the Northwest Marine Trade Association, also known as the NMTA. And right now we have as our guest Patrick Thompson and Brooke Alexander. Patrick, you manage the yard at the Gig Harbor Boatyard.
Correct.
And Brooke, you manage the marina at the Gig Harbor Marina. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
You guys manage Gig Harbor. That's awesome.
Pretty much. Yeah. Now, one of the reasons why we were so interested in talking to you guys is very recently, a little newspaper called the Seattle Times had a reader poll, and you guys were ranked by the readers of the Seattle Times as number 1 and number 2. Who got number 1 and who got number 2?
Ooh.
Number 1 boatyard for
Number 1 boatyard.
So has this created a little...
I'm not that jealous, but I'll get it next year.
Next year you'll be number 1?
Uh-huh.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations
That's
to both
really
of you.
awesome.
That is significant when you
Yeah.
consider how many marinas and you know, boatyards and there are up here.
Yeah, yeah. And so how did that happen? I mean, what do you guys do to get all these people to love you so much?
And first, real quick, that should be enough reason for anybody who hasn't visited Gig Harbor to head out to Gig Harbor and check it out. I fell in love with Gig Harbor about 20 years ago with my wife. It is an awesome little place.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, and now they're winning all these awards. You got to get out there, check out Gig Harbor. But yes, please answer.
Yeah.
So last year they announced that we had won second place. And at first I thought it was a scam. So I was calling Chicago, I was calling Portland, Oregon. I was calling everyone to see if this was real, and it turned out it was real.
Wow.
And we did end up coming up with second place last year, and then when we realized what it was, I studied into it, what we had to do to become number 1.
Yeah.
And our competition,
The previous number
one, and looking at what their demographics are and what we had to work towards.
Yeah.
And basically it was exemplifying our customer service that we already had.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So we just
You didn't have to change anything. You just had to kind of polish it make
off.
it look prettier.
Yep. And then with the support of our customers and the community of Gig Harbor, we were voted number 1 and Marina number 2.
Wow.
That is awesome. And that's no little thing. For the same place to get both of those,
Yeah.
Again, it means it is essential that everybody gets out there and check out why. Figure it out.
Yeah. Now the marina, can you describe for folks who haven't been to Gig Harbor, describe the marina, where you're located, how many slips, things of that nature.
Yeah, we have 106 slips, and we are one of the first major marinas when you enter Gig Harbor, just past the Tides Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
We have a gigantic roof line that's blue. It says our name and a phone number so you can call us. It's historic.
And do you have many guest slips?
We do. We have guest moorage.
8 now? Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
8.
We utilize
So
slip sharing. And
we can go visit and get a slip.
If my boat were mobile, I would have visited Gig
Already.
Harbor.
Come on down.
But all I do is work on her. So
And then is the we're asking questions because we've been to Gig Harbor, but not specifically there. The yard, I assume, is right up
adjacent.
Yes.
ashore from the marina. So
Yes.
you guys are. You said you work in the same small office, so you're basically on the same piece of
Yes.
land.
It's a 2.25 acre plot,
Okay.
Not including the 2 piers. Actually started in 1912.
Oh, wow. Yep.
From the Scansey boat shed. Scansey boat builders started in 1912, building the mosquito fleets. We have the black and white pictures of all of that. In fact, I got a couple on my phone. You'll see it on our Facebook page. It's been around for a while, and we're just exemplifying it, making it bigger and better.
Yeah. How does the Seattle Times conduct this poll?
Mainly through social media.
Okay.
I saw a couple TV ads this year. This is only their second year doing it.
Okay.
But going online and voting.
Oh, neat.
So we put it on our social media, hey, please nominate us, please vote for us. It starts in May. The results were actually given to us in July. And of course, you got to keep it quiet.
Oh, yeah, until they announce.
Then we were at September 22nd, they announced it. And of course, we threw a big party.
Yeah, I bet you
bet.
did.
We had a huge party.
Yeah.
So for the employees.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I mean, even your customers are probably proud of the fact that you were voted number 1 and number 2.
Yes.
I mean, because they play a part. Not just voting on social media, but being
They're the biggest part.
satisfied, happy customers. And you guys do a good job because we see you guys are posting, and we've shared some of your posts before. So,
Thank you.
For the marina and the boatyard, it's mainly about being honest with the customers. They don't know. A lot of customers don't know much about their boats. And what you guys do is great because you're teaching them. But being honest and explaining to them what needs to be fixed, how it needs to be fixed, and what it does.
yeah.
A lot of people say just that needs to be fixed, but they don't explain why or what.
Yeah.
So we go more into depth with that. And it's also with the communication. My team constantly calls customers. Constantly. Every Thursday we have phone call day. And even if we talk to them the day before, we're still calling them just to say, hey, this is where we're at in your boat. Because a lot of boat owners, that's their baby.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You love your boat, right?
Yep.
So if I'm working on it,
Yep.
it becomes my boat, but I'm going to tell you what I'm doing with it.
Yeah.
This episode of The Boat Geeks is sponsored by The Boater's Guide, a free app for Pacific Northwest boaters. The Boater's Guide is adventure and information, right at your fingertips, right when you need it. Find your happy place with The Boater's Guide, a free download on your phone or tablet in the App Store and Google Play.
That communication and keeping your customers informed, I think, is amazing because I think a lot of people keep their trades close to their chest. They don't really want the customer to know what's going on, and it's just it creates a trust, and I think that's awesome. Now, Gig Harbor itself, Gig Harbor, the town, and Gig Harbor, where you guys are located. What's like the population around there? What is the area like?
It's growing substantially.
That's what I heard.
It's not getting any slower.
Yeah.
When you first come in the harbor, you'll see Seven Seas Brewery. You'll see the Tides Tavern, which has great food, by the way.
Yes, it
Yes,
does.
they do.
You'll see our roof. There's 2 public pump outs. There's 2 public docks. I think there's 9 full marinas all the way down to Peninsula Yacht Basin.
Yeah.
And, we service all them.
Yeah.
We service boats all the way up here to Bainbridge Island, Port Townsend, all the way to Olympia.
Gig Harbor's always on my list of like someday when I get a boat that I can actually take out and not just sit in my slip and work on it. I have certain marinas and ports and so forth that I want to visit, and Gig Harbor's right on top. It's just fun to go around to our local marinas, harbors, ports, and hang out for a night or two and cruise the town, check it out.
And that's really, it's similar to like Polsbo in that you go visit, you get a slip,
and there's
you
everything
walk
right
on
there.
shore, and
Yeah.
everything is right there.
Yeah.
Right.
It is a great place to visit.
There's restaurants within walking distance,
Yeah.
and we offer the transient moored showers, bathrooms, everything you need, electricity, Wi-Fi. Try to make sure you have all that in front of you before you arrive.
Well, when you guys win first place next year, we hope you extend that party to friends and family, and somehow we fit into that. But
Definitely.
Yeah.
no, that's awesome. So, what is the most challenging part of your guys' jobs and running a boatyard and a marina?
Parts availability and knowledge.
The parts availability thing, is that COVID, post-COVID type thing, or was
Supply
that
chain
Supply
or
chain,
Oh, okay.
industry standards.
Yeah.
And it's across the whole industry. You know, we're waiting for parts a lot of times.
Okay, and you said knowledge.
And knowledge. So unlike your car, where you go get a Chilton manual
Yeah.
and you go to a dealership and that's all they have is Toyota.
Yeah.
There's no books for boats.
right?
And how many different models?
Too many custom and all
Yes.
over the place.
So
Too many previous owners,
Yeah.
modifications.
correct.
What were they thinking?
Yes,
And
a lot of that.
And knowledge of boats, they have got to. There's no Walmart on the way from here to Port Townsend. There's
Right.
no 7-Eleven from here to Port Townsend. You
Right.
have to be ready and understanding your own boat to get from point A to point B.
And I like what you said too about when you're communicating, when you fixed something on an owner's boat and you explain what you did, why you did it. That's the knowledge that they now have, so that they don't bring that back and have you fix it again because they didn't understand what led to
Right.
the problem in the first place.
And we usually do that before we fix it. We get permission, in a sense of, hey, your impellers are 3 years old. You've got 140 hours on them since you've changed them last. This is why it'll block your heat exchanger if it breaks apart. You should have spares on board and know how to do this yourself. For us to do this, it's going to cost this much in labor, this much in parts. Would you like us to do it? Yes. Then we do it. Then we also bring them down to the boat and show them.
Nice.
This is how we did it. This is why we did it. You know, and give them the old parts back too.
Yep.
You know,
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
this is cracked.
Yeah.
This is missing a fin. So you know we got to pull the heat exchanger apart to find it.
Yeah.
So it's teaching. Also.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like the Chris Dunn method of
absolutely.
repairing
Teaching
boats.
while you're repairing.
Yeah.
And then what about running a marina?
Yeah, challenges. Do you have any? I mean, you live in paradise, so I don't know.
Yeah. The fact that we don't have enough slips for all the boaters who want in.
Oh, that makes sense. It's a popular
smaller
spot.
And it's a smaller space, but then that's
People
also
don't leave very often, so
for a reason.
Yeah. So how many guest slips do you have?
8.
8?
yeah, we have roughly 8 guest moored slips, and then we utilize slip sharing. So
Right. If a permanent tenant is out for a 3-week cruise in the islands, then you can place a guest boater there. What are the sizes of the guest slips?
I have a 45 and a lot of 36s,
Okay.
40 foot. So some variety,
What do you allow overhang on the 45?
a little bit.
Does
long as it's not blocking
49
anyone.
fit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we've sponsored the Navy to come in. They had a 60-foot.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to tell the Navy no, right?
Well,
Yeah.
no.
Well, especially you.
Yeah.
And then let's see, bringing up the marina, the guest slips.
I'm just thinking about going down and going up to the Japanese steakhouse.
Oh, that's yummy.
We love
Yeah.
it there.
Yeah, I had a marina-based question, and it is just gone.
Fuel dock.
No, although we do call in. So
You have a fuel dock?
No.
Okay. I was like, wait a
Not in
minute.
Gig
No,
Harbor.
there's no.
I was going to learn something new.
No, the nearest fuel dock to us is Narrows Marina or Foss Harbor.
Oh.
I know what it was. Okay, so you run out of space quickly. You want more space, more slips. What is the waiting list currently for Gig Harbor?
Like 5 years.
Yeah, we were just
Usually.
preview.
That's average.
That's very
in
normal
Puget
up here.
Sound. Yeah.
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 And is there a deposit on getting on the waiting slip?
Currently, there's not, but that's something I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
There's so much
I haven't even
demand.
told Patrick.
Yeah.
When were you
He's
gonna tell
like-
me about this?
Future discussions.
I
that
just
currently,
like an hour ago, I thought about it. Yeah.
yeah. So currently there's not. However, these waiting lists are very common, as many of you know out there in the Pacific Northwest. And so if you have your eyes set on a destination, boy, I made the mistake of getting a boat before I had a slip. And in the Pacific Northwest, that is scary. I was anchored out for way, way, way too
He
long.
was out in Port Ludlow for like 3-4 months.
Moving it all around, trying to
Just in a nervous wreck until finally got a slip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you have your eyes set on Gig Harbor, get on that waiting
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
But it is a great
Absolutely.
place to have your boat. There's certain marinas and ports up here that get mentioned and brought up a lot. And Gig Harbor's always on the top of the list of those discussions. And there's good reason. It's a beautiful place, and we definitely recommend all of our viewers that
And
haven't been to go.
GigHarborMarina.com. Is that
Both
to
of you?
get to both the yard and the marina? So Gig Harbor Marina and Boatyard is at gigharbormarina.com. So you got to go check them out.
Yep. And is there anything either one of you would like to, a message you want to get out there, or anything you want to promote, or anything about Gig Harbor, the yard, the marina, anything?
I would love to just to share the knowledge of what you guys are doing, getting more people involved with the boating. Look at what we have here.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Beyond, man.
And
yeah.
being safe on the water.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Understanding what's dangerous out there and what's not, but enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, we're super lucky with the sound and the protected water. If I lived back in Santa Cruz where I grew up, I don't know that I'd be into boating the same way, because you get out of the marina and you're right in the Pacific Ocean. We have such beautiful waters up here, and it's just such a pleasure. And you're right, man. Like, what's funny is you find out how many people have lived here their whole lives and they've never been out on a boat.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what?
I know. We were talking about it the other day because we live up in the Port Townsend area. We go to the boatyard, and after a while, you kind of just think everybody here
Is a boater.
is in boating. And
Yeah.
then you meet somebody that lives there, and they're like, no, I don't have a boat. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's right. There's normal people that also live here.
Well, it's funny because the reason this got brought up in my mind is my doctor. She, her and her husband actually just got a boat. They got a cutwater, and they've lived there their whole life, and they discovered boating. And they're like, we go to the islands. They went to Gig Harbor. That's why it brought up in my mind. And they absolutely love it. And it's so, it's a shame. I discovered boating late in my life.
Better late than never.
Better late than never, absolutely. But that is definitely a goal of ours, is to get people that are up here to discover boating, because it is just so much fun. As long as you're doing it correctly, safely, there's, at least to Darren and I, there's not much better on this planet than boating up here. So we hope more people get into boating and more people check out Gig Harbor. Obviously, an award-winning boatyard and marina.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
again.
congratulations.
That's awesome.
And maybe pre-congratulations on first place, both of you next year.
Invite you guys to come down. Like I said, down,
That would be awesome.
and come down
We'd
to
love
the
to.
podcast down there.
Yeah.
And we'll announce it the best we can. And
Great.
see our side
Yeah.
Absolutely.
down here.
We
I
would
think
love to.
You would
All right.
you would have a lot of fun down there.
Oh, I know
I
we
agree.
would.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't take much for us to have fun if there's boats involved.
Can
so,
I add? Oh,
yes,
sorry.
Yes.
absolutely, of
Oh,
course.
I just want to add one more thing. Something else that we're really passionate about is community and the boating community. You're like a family,
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
You see your people and you look out for each other. And one of the things we like to do is just events. And
Oh, yeah.
I think we're planning to do more of that.
You did the Sailors 100 this year.
Oh, yeah. You
Well,
guys
that wasn't-
hosted.
We hosted that.
Yeah.
We helped host it with
Yeah.
Arabella's. We didn't put it on though.
Right.
So,
Right, but then you were part of that whole. I mean, that
Yeah.
was quite a scene, because their last night was in Port Ludlow, and it was
Right.
we got invaded.
Oh, they invaded
I mean,
us.
it's so awesome.
Yeah.
They
It's
invaded
was
really
so
cool.
cool.
Oh,
It
yeah,
really
I can
is.
imagine with them all in
Yeah.
Gig Harbor. That'd be
Yeah.
crazy.
We do a lot of the community events too, like the Gig Harbor Youth Sailing Academy. We sponsor
That's
them,
awesome.
and the kids are out there doing all this.
I've seen them. I've seen them out there.
Come out during
Yeah.
the weekend, and there's
Yeah,
50 of those boats coming.
it's so
flying
so
it's
cool.
a great
Future
sight.
boaters.
Yeah,
for sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fun.
Any events coming up?
You got
Well,
the sip and
yeah.
stroll.
It's kind of hard to. It's kind of hard
We
though.
haven't
To,
planned ours yet.
okay, good,
Yeah.
because we don't know when this will come out, and it's the worst thing is to say, "Oh, we're doing this on this date," and then this comes out 3 weeks after that.
Well, here's the deal. Probably there's some events coming up, because we don't know when this is going to be released. We'll just say some events. We don't know what they're going to be, but if you want to find out, go to
Gig Harbor Marina.
GigHarborMarina.com. Yep,
Yes.
and you'll find out.
We'll post.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for being here. Totally appreciate it. Thank you for taking your time.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Get out
thank
there
you.
to Gig
you.
Harbor, all
Yep.
of you that are watching and listening. Beautiful, beautiful place, and you can meet both of them. And that's about it. So thank you for being here. And that has been another episode of the Boat Geeks. And until next time, whatever floats your boat.
We're the boat geeks. Whatever floats your boat. We're the boat geeks. It's the boat that floats that we love the most. Yes, we love the boats. We're the boat geeks. Whatever floats your boat. Walk on the water, float on the sea, crossing the oceans. the salt on the breeze, bringing us closer, life on the sea.